evening, everybody. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
And I'm Camilla.
Hey, welcome to Crowdsurfing in our Skeleton Week. This is, I call it the Skeleton Week because we're doing fewer videos this week as we're prepping for a very full week next week of the Winter Spectacular.
Yes.
So much
Non-stop.
top tens. There's like
So much. How
30,
many?
right, Chris? I
Are
think
there?
there's something like 30.
You alone have what, 11, 9,
11.
15, 72.
11, and I'm saving one for post-spectacular. I'm gonna do one later, like my
Top 10 top 10s from the spectacular.
No, people already say that. It's already annoying me enough. Anyway, so keep an eye out for that. It's coming up next week. Also, one of the things we're doing next week in the Winter Spectacular is the People's Choice Top 100. You have like 2 hours to go vote in that.
Hurry up.
There's actually a pretty close race from 10 and 11.
Ooh.
But I shan't say what's
one
what.
might not make
So,
it.
yeah, one won't make it. Yeah, so go vote on that.
I really
We want to do some shout-outs to some of our Kickstarter backers. We want to say thank you to Dalamana,
Oh,
to Edward and Michael Marietta,
Dalamana.
to the Guys
Dalamana,
Weekend
I like
crew, Andrew, Nick, Brian, Nicholas, Thomas, and Ernie,
What up, guys?
to Gareth Smith, to Pitu Vananen, to Mateo Panza, to Bart Merks, to the Way Too Many Campaigns, Far Too Little Time Game Group,
Oh,
Yep.
those are my
Can
buddies.
relate.
Those are my friends.
to Johnny Albits Morabito, to Sylvia from Finland, and to Back the Games. That's in Dubai, a friendly local game store there.
Nice.
You need to go there. I just want to go to Dubai. All right. So thank you to all of you. We also want to say thank you to our sponsor, Gamefound, and we want to point out a very interesting project that's on Gamefound this week. Take a look. Today we're taking a look at the reprint, the 40th anniversary edition of Tales of the Arabian Nights. If you've never played Tales of Arabian Nights, it is a game of wonder, insanity, craziness, and just laughter. With 2,500 tales from the Tales of Arabian Nights, you are going to be taking your character and moving across a map, having encounters from a huge book. You can see the book right here, this book of tales, and you're going to be having different things that happen to you as you make your choices and see where your adventure takes you. Now, they've changed a lot of different things here. They have these Place of Power encounter cards. The Place of Powers were amazing adventures in the original game. Now you can make them happen more often by sticking these in. They have new encounters, the Merchants and Dervishes. They have a solo mode with solo quests that you can go through. And of course, the whole thing looks better with the new art. Hey, onerous statuses, they got, they're timing them. You're no longer going to be in prison for 25 minutes during the game. You're going to be able to get out of that. And then new terrain encounter rules. So there's a, you won't be drawing fish, it says, in the mountains again. So there's also some rule changes that are going to do things. Faster games with more players, so the Destiny and story points. And maybe a lot of these changes don't mean anything to you because you haven't played the original. They certainly mean a lot to me, having played that. But just by itself, going across this map, finding stories, running into stuff, will give you the adventure of a lifetime. So go check it out. It's on Gamefound right now. That's Tales of Arabian Nights, the 40th Anniversary Edition. Thank you, John, for the super chat. All right. Well, we have
thanks, John.
lot of... no, we don't have that many. It's a normal week.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I figured we'd have fewer because we're getting into the Christmas season, but we'll see that as the coming weeks go by.
Maybe it's not a short week, but it definitely felt like it. Maybe it's because we've been doing a lot of double weeks coming out of like con season.
Well, guess what we're doing? Oh, no, we're not doing a double week next week. No, it's a normal week.
Look at that. Oh.
Weird. Okay, but the week
stuff.
after that's a double week.
No!
But that week will be
Stop
nothing.
talking about the future.
Okay, here we go. Let's jump into our projects. First, we have Storyfold Wildwoods, a solo narrative adventure game, which is doing incredibly well here. 200,000 with, 3,600 backers. It's pretty good.
So this is from Open Owl. Is the same company that did that
Mythwind.
the cutesy farming, Stardew Valley game.
And the one they did before that was
Got it.
eluding me. Nope, not that one.
I don't think that was them, no. Yeah, they're it was Stone Saga. They did Stone Saga. I
Yeah.
just
It was
remembered
Stars
that.
Vicarious.
It was, sorry, I meant that's
You're
not the one I'm
all
thinking
right.
of.
Yeah, Stars of Vicarios also,
I
and
don't
then
like to share
whatever else. If you
trophies.
keep scrolling, I'll tell you.
No, I'll tell you this. I did not love
You did not. Mythwind.
Mythwind, and Stars Vicarios was ambitious and had some problems with it, but I thought it was really interesting, but ambitious. But I'll tell you what, these guys' quality is like the quality of Mythwind was really good.
And these guys are
Like,
very
amazing.
ambitious.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Is I
Well, I
feel
said
like
it first.
Well, that's right.
Ambitious.
You did.
You know
Go
what?
ahead.
I
feel
might back this because
They're very innovative too. Like the games are very different, and they're tackling their. I don't want to say trying really hard because I mean it as a positive thing, but they're trying something new in each of these games.
Yeah.
Yeah, you call them a bunch of tryhards.
I did not because I liked Mythwind. I enjoyed it. I found it very cozy.
I think the
It's like
weakest part of
cozy.
Mythwind was the interaction between the players. Take
Yes.
that out, and I have this game. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Their games, I should say, are very much every time inspired by video games too.
100%.
Like Mythwind was clearly inspired by Stardew Valley. This is clearly inspired by Ori. I mean, like
Yes, very
What
much
game?
so.
like Ori and the Will of the Wisps,
Ori.
Ori and the whatever. It's
Oh.
like very
Yes,
much
Very.
that kind of thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. That's cool. It's a touchstone. I like it. I think it's a neat
I like
looking
the
game.
art a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it's one thing they'll deliver, and it's going to be good quality. So
Yeah, this
there you
one
go.
that definitely I'd be interested, especially like you were saying, coming off Mythwind. I did enjoy that. I enjoyed the little puzzle of it. I really like the games that have that. I don't know what to call it. Other than that card river, is that what it's called? When you have 5 cards, if you do one, then it slides down to the end.
Yeah.
Everything else goes up. I really like that mechanism. So yeah, I'm.
Let me ask
intrigued.
you a side note here. For you guys play more solo games than I do. A lot of solo games I play are cooperative games, and I just play them solo, right? But when you have a game like this that's solo, do you think it would be just as fun to play with 2 people as a solo person? You're just sitting there
that's
talking
fine.
through the decision.
I think
Yeah.
it depends on how puzzly it is, because that's the way I like to play. The
Final Girl.
What?
Final
Final
Girl.
Girl. Thank you. Yes.
You
Final
play that
Girl.
2 players
I do.
together?
Mhm.
Yeah,
But it's
that's
still
all-
just her in the room.
You turn behind you. What do you think?
Yeah,
The guy
right?
Like, I don't do this.
No, I think it's fine. Yeah, if there's enough to do, enough to kind of enjoy, you can sort of enjoy the story even just together. This one looks really neat. I like the look. I like what's going on in it. Mechanically, it seems not too messy. Fairly straightforward.
All right, cool. We jump from that to Dungeons of Doria. So now Dungeons of Doria, this is a reprint for sure. And how do I know this? Because it's been sitting on our shelf for quite a while.
Yes, because it's not a looker.
That's the problem. There's
Look at
so
that
many.
font.
There's so many of these dungeon games out there now that I'm gonna pick. I only have so much time, right? And I'm gonna pick the best looking ones.
It really
Right,
looks like a
yeah.
throwback. I mean, the artwork, the font, the graphic design.
Like I had a choice between Dungeons of Doria and Tidal Blades 2. It's not even close.
Come on,
100%,
yeah, right.
right.
Or or this versus what's some other of the big ones that come out last year? They're just there's a bunch of them. And I keep.
I mean, like
picking the other ones.
Kinfire Chronicles and this, you're like, no, one of them looks
Right.
crisp and modern.
Right.
This looks like it came out anytime between 88 and 93.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know?
Yeah, I agree. This looks very
Now, I don't know
generic
how it
and
plays.
dated. Yeah.
That's definitely, or at least me, I'm judging a book by its cover.
Yes.
But that's how you get judged when you're a campaign game, because I don't have time to get in a stronger relationship with a game that's not pretty. I'm taking this
Wow.
way too
Woo.
far, aren't I?
Woo. That's therapy zone.
Excuse me. 1 second. Getting away.
I can still see you, child. All right. Anyway, if you
gotta
do
get
like
back
this
up.
game, and obviously some people do like it because it is funding here. It's almost 1,000 backers, so there's a lot of that sort of thing. So, Dungeons of Doria. Next, we have Power Creep, which is a hilarious name actually. A dungeon pages adventure. This is always something. Joey's not here to tell us he backed it.
Oh, yeah, he did. He backed
Yeah, 100%.
He's back.
But I'll tell you what, this is actually one that's intriguing me.
This looks pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I
I like the
think this is cool.
post-apocalyptic thing. I like the dice manipulation, the grid vibe. This looks cool. I'm not a big print and play roll and write person, but
Do they make it? Can you get it printed?
I didn't see that you
Don't
could.
think
No,
so.
I don't think so.
What do you think about this? Get a new page every Friday. They're making a pretty strong commitment there for $10. That's an amazing
That
deal.
really, I mean, if they give me 3, then I'm happy. Because again, then you have all the other ones. You can play them more than once,
Yeah.
right? You can keep printing them. So, I think that's a low ceiling, I guess, to make me happy. It's an easy goal to meet, you know.
I don't know. For me,
when the guy
I just
does not give it to you,
oh my gosh,
he'll be like, well, I saw a famous YouTuber say they'd be happy with 3. And I gave you 6.
I don't think I say famous, but geez.
Who are we talking about? I would say this looks good enough to buy printed. I feel that way about a decent amount of these print and play roll.
Wait a minute, have they done this before? It looks like they've done it before.
Have they?
And
Yeah,
if
they
they've
did
done
2
it
other
before,
ones.
and they've done it for a year, then that's fantastic.
Oh, okay. Okay, because I know they had other ones, but did it have that year long as that? I don't know. Hit the button.
You mean
Back it now.
7
Those other
created?
ones. And then go to the last one.
Okay, I know how to
Yeah,
do
the
this.
one. No, let me help you. It's right there. You can do it.
The Cursed Menagerie.
Oh, they got a... This one was
Okay.
done...
Wow, that looks exactly the same.
No, but they said they would deliver this in January, and here they have, you'll get a new quest sheet each month. Oh, each month.
I think it is
They want-
it is once a month, not once a Friday.
Oh, it's not
Once-
every Friday, so it's not 52.
I think it's 12. Yes.
No,
Okay.
no, but the new one says every Friday. Or does it say the
Yowzas.
first Friday of a month?
It's too far.
No, it says you'll have 56 different pages every Friday in 2025.
I wonder.
56.
Because you also get the core set of 4 plus 52 more.
52 weeks in a year.
Got it.
Plus 4,
2
56.
plus 4. Yep, that works out.
Power creep. Actually,
that
we
makes
in
me
the
wanna back it,
future,
though,
a
even though I
year
know
has
I won't print out all
56 weeks.
52.
That's
Oh,
what
the
it is,
hammer
Tom.
under here.
That's how you get to 56. In the future, a year has 56 weeks. We call it power creep.
I read a thing one time, but no, I'm not going to get into dates and stuff. All right.
Do it. Go ahead.
No.
I read a thing one time where apparently, back in the 1100s, there was the church made a secret pact where they jumped to it's actually the year 1300 instead of 1100. Is that what we're talking about?
That did not happen.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
You're not
but,
being serious.
conspiracy theories and whatnot.
Yeah.
We've lost 200
Okay.
years. Of...
All right.
Okay. So, also, we never went to the moon, which
Yeah,
apparently I
right.
said as a joke in a video recently, and people thought I was serious.
Ooh.
Oh.
All right. Keyforge Prophetic Visions.
Oh, I love that logo, by the way. That's a really
That
nice
is cool.
logo with the eyes on the eyes.
Yeah.
The S kind of looks like a crooked nose.
The S dot. What?
Where are we? Where am I looking? Oh, here.
crooked
Oh, you're
nose?
right. That is a good one.
That's a great logo. And then
not
the
a
glass
nose.
ball, the glass sphere thing. It looks great. Anyway, it's more Keyforge. This is now, what did they say, the 11th set? Something like that?
I've kind of given up on them doing anything else, Ghost Galaxy. I was kind of hoping they would become Final Fantasy again. And
I know, old school Final Fantasy,
Flight, I mean,
right?
Fantasy Flight. Sorry,
Yeah. No, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. They're remaking the Lord of the Rings Confrontation.
Yeah, okay.
So that's going to be good. This looks pretty neat. I like the twist here being the prophecy thing is every deck, they're all computer generated again, sort of like made by an algorithm. It comes with a couple of cards. You can give one to your opponent and stick a card under that says fate something something. And when they do the thing on the card, they suffer the penalty on the one you tucked under. So it's kind of like Crossroads.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the big gimmick here. I'm like,
Gimmick
hey,
should
when
be
you...
I add a card to your deck, and now it's permanently part of your deck.
Oh, no, that's at least
Like permanent,
for like
permanent?
set 30. They're saving that.
Well, they
Like
keep
giving
doing
it
these weird
away?
things. Like the one I thought the monsters was interesting until I found out there was like 5. But the
You
one
mean on
was
the back of the cards?
Yeah.
There were like tokens?
no, there was you put 2 cards together.
Oh,
as a
okay.
Monster.
Okay.
But the one that I found fascinating was that you had a deck and then you had your evil counterpart deck somewhere in the world. But I never saw like the fruition of
That's
that.
not...
Right.
It
Yeah.
was kind of a cool concept.
Sure.
It's a cool concept that the pool is just too big.
I know they had those weird decks, like unhinged decks that were like crazy. And they were like not even legal, right?
Oh, I did not know they did that.
They did these decks that were like
Unglued?
unglued, basically. Not legal, just kind of crazy and kooky.
The decks are already kind of crazy, though.
This was extra crazy.
Alrighty.
Extra.
Let's take a look at Runes the Game, also known as get someone to help you title your game.
Yeah.
Did you watch this overview of how the game plays?
I
Oh,
did.
my goodness.
It's like a card shedding game, but with discs.
No,
Disc.
Adam. No.
It's basically trick taking.
No.
It's
I'm not-
abstract.
You're putting tiles, you have to touch
gross.
the little sides, and you
Yeah.
leave a number of tokens on the thing equal to the sides you touched. Okay, sure. The thing grows. You're going to get basically 1 or 2 or 3, right?
Yeah.
But
Unless.
you can also overlay one of yours on a previous one, and if it makes more connections, you give them their tokens back, and you put your own on there or something like that.
I missed that part.
And I'm like, shoot me. Are you crazy? This spreads out. I'm checking all these tiles against my own.
Right, talk about the AP.
No, that is insanity. That is an awful idea for a
what
rule.
if I need replacements for my Tiddlywink game?
Then you got to back it.
There you go, though.
You get them from Rune, the game.
All right.
I
Anyway,
didn't realize that. I don't like that mechanism where it's like, ooh, we're near in the end. Just kidding, we're not. You know, that
Well, you have to,
step back.
The mental load, like the visual load to check, to scan all these tiles and be like, well, this one could fit there. No, it's the same number of connections as yours.
Right.
Ooh, but over here, no, forget
with
that.
each side having 6. I think it was 6, right? Tokens.
It's a hex, so yeah.
It is a hex, okay. Then, but you're also like mentally spinning it as you go. Yeah, talk about potential, not even AP, because I think the decision would be obvious, but
you're just checking,
just a lot,
just the literal
just a
checking
lot
of where it fits.
Yeah,
no, this looks like a
homework.
really, really slow game.
Yeah.
Not feeling it. And then they threw in action cards. Because of course.
I hate everything about this game. All right.
Yeah.
Before we jump to our next game, we first have a word from Mr. Mark.
Streed
This spotlight is brought to you by Tenaris Expedition. Conquer the chaos, master the seas, and carve your legacy. Set sail into the uncharted and treacherous waters of the Central Sea, a realm on the brink of collapse. Madness grips the waves as sailors and pirates alike fall prey to an ancient malevolent force rising from the ocean depths. In this standalone 1 to 4 player epic, you become the most feared pirate of the seas, the last glimmer of hope in a world teetering on the edge of darkness. In Tenaris Expedition's Central Sea, every journey is a battle for survival and dominance. With a unique blend of dungeon crawling strategy and the dynamic unpredictability of roguelike mechanics, you'll forge your legacy by tackling perilous quests, battling nightmarish foes, and unraveling the sinister mysteries threatening to engulf the realm. As your Sea Lord grows stronger through each adventure, you'll unlock devastating powers and craft ingenious combos that turn the tide of any confrontation. Customization is key. Tailor your hero with unique powers and strategies, creating powerful synergies that ensure no two games are alike. Will you conquer the Central Sea with brute force, or will clever tactics and alliances secure your path to victory? With engaging, fast-paced gameplay and a rich, immersive narrative, Tenaris Expeditions invites you to carve your mark in a world filled with peril, mystery, and endless opportunities for glory. The seas are calling. Answer the challenge and rewrite the fate of the world. Are you ready to take command? For more information, please check out the campaign, which is now live on Gamefound.
All right. FatesEnd Tomes, 3D printable storage for your gaming gear.
Yes.
As soon as, unfortunately for me, when one of these things comes out, I'm less interested because of the fact that I got to print it myself. Or
Right.
Does she do it for you, maybe?
I don't believe so. Not that I saw.
Only if you know her personally. But not through this
This
project.
definitely looks like, for me, this is a convention buy thing. Not
Yes.
necessarily for me, but it's definitely, I've seen this booth at a convention type scenario.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
very
go
much
up
so.
to it, it looks neat, and you're like, oh, $20. You hee and haw, and you get it because it's a cool gift for
Right.
somebody, or what, or you're in the shopping mood because you're at a convention.
Or you order it and then they print it and ship it to you afterward or something like that. You know, like I would buy it at the convention looking at it.
Yes, but I need to see it. I want to look at the print quality. I want to kind of mess with it. It's a cute idea. It's a fancy deck box.
Yeah.
I will say this. They're showing a Magic command deck here, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
And then they're saying if you have sleeve cards, print at 125%. Does anyone, and I'm not exaggerating here, does anyone play Magic
Commander without sleeving
without
their cards?
sleeving it?
Oh.
I
No.
think you and I do. I think we're the only people in the world.
Probably. I'd do it with your decks. I wouldn't do it with my decks. You know? What am I? No, I agree. That seems a little iffy. No one's going to keep trading card. Your standard should be sleeved for something like this.
Is this 3D printed, or is this 3D printed with a wash? I'm trying to tell on these
That's
things.
a rendering.
Yeah, that's not
So
printed.
it's neither, but
That's got to be washed a bit, right?
No, I think it's rendered. It's like a picture, not
Oh,
actual
okay. So you're
product.
saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Because to me, if that wasn't washed, I would hate it.
And I think to get that, you would have to wash it.
Oh, there they're showing that they paint it in this picture here. See it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean, it looks good when you paint it and age it
Yeah.
a little bit. That's going to be neat.
I think it's a really neat project. I'm just out of 3D printing. You know, it's not something I care to delve back into again. So yeah, I think it's a neat project. I could see myself having a couple of these on my bookshelf. You know, like I keep Kinfire Delve on my bookshelf, like in the books, because I think it's like, oh, my little hidden games. You know, I would do something like this with that. I just don't care to 3D print anymore.
All right. Wait, I'm back to Dungeons. Doria had that?
Yep. Yeah, you duplicated it.
Oh. Well, let's go
We
to
all
Revenant.
talked about it behind your back.
Revenant.
Well, you didn't tell me.
That's how behind your back works.
I just lost money.
That's-
It just lost money. It just went from 500,000 to 499, 900. Oh my goodness. No, Revenant.
Well, Revenant is actually, folks, next week is our opening game of the Dice Tower Winter
Yes.
Spectacular. Mike is going to be teaching
Yes.
it. And
I am very excited about this, but also very hesitant, very nervous of it. I'm kind of intimidated by this game and just the scope of it.
Yep.
I know all their games, Mind Flash, thank you, are well received and they do well, you know, in the BGG ratings and stuff. But I, again, just kind of been intimidated by all of them. I think,
would like to give fealty to that cover, though.
Oh, that is
good.
gorgeous.
So
It's
good.
Ian O'Toole, isn't it? It looks
Yep.
like it. It was okay.
Yeah, he did the last one, the Voidfall.
Voidfall, he did.
And
It
this is
definitely
in
looks
that
like
same
it's in the same
universe.
series.
It is,
Oh,
right,
it is?
right.
Yeah. This game looks great. It actually doesn't look as complicated as the other games. I'm sure that's just me getting more nearsighted.
It's 3.5, according to them. 3.5 weight out of 5. Whatever that means.
So what do they rank the other ones, though, is my question.
That's what we need to know.
interesting.
Otherwise, that's not that useful. I don't know. It looks pretty heavy to me.
It does. And I think it doesn't help that the Kickstarter page doesn't explain in depth, or like, you know, I really, looking at the Kickstarter page, still don't have an understanding of how to play. It's more like you can
will
do
know
this
in
or you do
5
that.
days.
Exactly. And so, and I mean, I think for a game up this depth, you really can't do that.
Mr. Delicio says it's not as heavy as most of their games.
Oh, fantastic. But it ain't like, come on.
So it's like a 3.5, what you're
I would
saying?
say like, yeah.
They did have a good video, I'll say. Their main video
Yeah.
up at the top does a good job of kind of showing you the moving parts, what you
Okay.
are doing.
I think that's the thing, is I understand like the little parts that you can do, but I don't understand the big picture.
Sure.
And that's what I was walking away. I was like, too many details without understanding the big, you know, the big scope of things. So yeah, I'm super excited to play this. I'm glad we have the opportunity to play it first.
I would love if all Kickstarter/Gamefound pages did this.
Yes, please.
Where you show me these different pledges and then show what you get and don't get.
Right.
Because I'm always confused.
Done. I mean, look at that.
Especially when I come back to the pledge manager later on and they're like, would you like to upgrade? I'm like, well, I didn't the first time.
Did I get
Why?
it? I don't know.
Why didn't I upgrade?
Right,
Yes.
exactly.
And I have definitely added screen printed meeples to a project that I already had them before. I find that very frustrating. And to the point where I'm wanting, like, you should have not let me do that
Right.
in the Backerkit. Nah.
Yeah.
So this is cool. I like that a lot. And I think it looks amazing. It's space, which tempts me. I never did get around to playing Voidfall, but part of that was because of how humongous that box was with all its stuff. If this is a more of a straight, like if I get just the base game, you know, this retail edition, maybe that would be better for me to play.
This really reminds me very much of Black Angel. It sort of has a Black Angel
Oh, the way it
look,
plays.
vibe.
Okay.
Got a little bit of a Battlestar Galactica feel also because you're in the middle and there's ships around you. You're trying to like sort of jump in space.
And then you're
Yeah, it looks really cool. I love the theme. I love the look. The Ian O'Toole graphic design and artwork is stunning. Yeah, I'm in.
All right. Let's jump to STARLOCK. You're on a desolate and treacherous world.
Which one was this? Oh, yeah,
This is
with the minis and sort of the card play.
that one.
Yeah.
Is that so? What's that guy holding? Is that a scanner, a gun?
That is a hot
or
glue
a
gun.
lamp?
Printer.
Glue gun. It does look a little like that.
Yeah.
It's plastic. It's the future.
Yeah.
He just builds. He 3D paints.
He 3D paints. Okay.
Well, they actually make those already. Those little pencils.
I know. They extrude.
Extrude.
Extrude, thank you. That's a good.
Plastic, and so
they
if you're-
excrete.
You draw real slowly, you can draw like 3D things.
You can make a 3D whatever. Like I've seen
Oh,
somebody
like
make
the
like a
3D
3D
pens, yeah.
like Eiffel Tower
Oh,
kind
that's so
of
terrible.
thing.
You have to go so slow though. 'cause it
Yeah,
has
and
to,
then it's like you're like going and it goes,
cool.
and you're like, okay, I have to start again. You know?
Yeah, right.
But
Yeah.
you're assuming I could even do an Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll do a house. That's my first.
I'll do a flat square.
This looks cool, actually.
I did not like the look of this one very much. It looked sort of. It looks made by
painted, it looks
committee.
amazing.
The minis
Yeah.
look insane.
Right.
The whole game feels a little generic to me. The card play looked a little derivative. Movement on the map looked a little derivative. The whole thing has a lived-in kind of feel, not in a good way. Like, I've been there, I've done that.
To me, it kind of felt like it was going to be kind of a skirmish game, but with a lot of different things you can do
Yeah.
to where maybe the game is going to get in its own way. But visually, I liked the game. I like the way it looks. Yeah, I just wondered if it was going to be in its way, trying to be a little bit too much of kitchen sink.
It looks, I have not played this game to be fair, but it looks like that mining Deep Rock Galactic game. It has that kind of vibe, that kind of
I can see the
thematic
vibe, yeah.
tropes
Okay.
a little bit.
All right. Well, that is STARLOCK from Den of Imagination. Have they done anything else?
I don't know. I did not check on this one.
This is one that if I walked by, I would definitely watch someone play or sit down and play. If it's like, hey, we're going to play
Sure.
this real quick, I would jump in. I don't know if it's inspiring enough to back it, but yeah.
Okay.
All right, here's the big new Avalon, the Riven Veil game. This is from Shadowborn Games.
It's their second game, right? They did
Yeah,
Oathsworn.
this
what
is
they're known for.
very different than Oathsworn,
Yes.
especially because this is Oathsworn is a campaign game.
Yes.
This is a singular game. To me, the best way to describe the gameplay would be it feels like it's almost in the Blood Rage line of games from CMON.
That's
It's
so
getting
funny.
a lot of comparison to that.
I was definitely going to say, this reminds me of the Lang era at CMON.
Oh, okay,
This
yeah.
feels
Yeah.
like one of those games. This
Yeah.
feels like the Blood Rage, Ankh. It's
Yeah.
kind of one of those. The way it moves, the monster control that you do in it, the various sort of abilities and actions you have available to you, and then the combination of this sort of giant, epic mini combined with pretty robust Euro-style mechanisms, not
Right.
just goofy simulations.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This is one, if you play it, you can kind of feel it's the same designer, as Oathsworn. I feel like you can feel the design in it, but it is completely different mechanically in the way it plays. I mean, this is competitive to cooperative. For example, like the knowing the decks and having the decks hidden, so you're it's pushing your luck, and how many cards do you want in Oathsworn draw versus here, how many do you want to draw up to, when do you want to stop?
Right,
So you
right.
kind of have that same feeling and trying to remember what's in the deck so you know how far to push, but it plays very, very differently, closer to something like Blood Rage.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'd like to play the final version of it with the asymmetrical powers. We only have the one game we played to go on, and it's not, complete and everything, so it's hard to speak. There's a lot of things about it I liked. I liked the combat system a lot. I didn't love how powerful the Holy Grail / Excalibur felt. I didn't think the revealing the mists was exciting. I was like, you could have just started with the board all face up, and I would have been just as interested, I think. These are minor things that,
Okay.
again, may change as I go into it. I overall liked it. I thought there was a lot of cool things in it. Did we play? We played 2/3 of a game, right? We played 2 rounds.
Yeah, well, there's a short game and a long game. We played the long game, and that's an
You mean
official
the short game.
Yes, sorry, a short one. That's the official variant.
I
is
was
2 or
very
3
happy
rounds.
with that length of that game. I would
Yeah.
not have wanted to play another round. Actually, I was not because I didn't like it, but because I thought that this is the length the game should be.
I think the only reason to go that 3rd round is if everybody knows how to play, it's going to go quicker to get to it. So it's gonna, so it's not, the time isn't gonna feel overstaying its welcome.
Right.
But you're gonna see more artifacts come out, so you have that different asymmetrical powers. As your heroes have the
The
artifacts.
card stuff is really cool. I do like how the
That's
card
fun.
system works. Someone just asked, like, oh, is it like Tainted Grail? It's nothing like Tainted
No,
Grail,
no.
other than they have that same dark Arthurian theming to
Right.
them. But Tainted Grail is an adventure, go off, explore, find things. This is a strategic combat for area control game for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
interesting.
think for people who enjoy games like Blood Rage, you should try this out.
Yeah.
All right, Mech Bunny. Hey, this is a solo game of the month. That's from, not that it won a prize. That's just Gabe Barrett does a solo game of the month. And so it is Mech Bunny. Is this one in the video cassette too?
Yes, I think
Yeah,
they always are.
it looked like it.
This one is from Gabe Barrett as a designer. He's not just publishing. I guess he does both. And this one looks really neat. I thought this one looked fantastic. It's the one I've seen come out of these solo games of the month that has me the most excited. I like the look. It's very sort of, I don't know, Adventure Time-ish a little bit. It's kind of cute. And then the cards, you are, doing the whole transparency in front to update and upgrade and whatever your cards. So a little bit of deck, not building, but sort of deck manipulation.
That crafting, I think they're calling it.
Yeah, you're crafting your deck, whatever. You're jumping around. You're a little bunny in a mech suit who crash landed on this planet. And you're trying to survive. Looks really cute. Apparently,
I feel
it comes
like I
with
played another
different
game with
scenarios.
that same theme. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm sure.
I really liked that you are crafting that deck, how often and how early you're crafting it. He talks about how it's roguelite inspired, and so you're going to, every time you have to, I think it's rotate a die. Every time you do more than 6 damage and kind of go from a 6 to a 1, you get to craft one of your cards
That's
up,
cool.
which means it's happening pretty early in the game and pretty quickly. And that's one of the things he really pushes, is that you have that excitement, throughout the game, not at the end of the game. Oh, and now let me prep for the next one. No, it's in game and you're seeing that crafting immediately.
I like putting clear things on cards. That just makes me happy.
Z did point out too, this was interesting that there's a print and play version of this, which I'm not sure how that's going to work since it has clear cards for upgrading.
3D print clear.
Oh yeah, I guess there you go.
I don't think you could do that.
Also, that's a lot of ink.
How would you do?
Oof.
How would you print out a clear card?
I don't know how you
Yeah.
do it, but there is a print and play option for this. I don't get it.
The only thing I can think of is if you cut it and it would just like add to the bottom of the card, so you put
do
it
they
all the way
make
down.
clear sheets? Could you run a transparency sheet through the printer?
I don't know.
I want to try.
I don't know. Anyway,
I want to do it. I want to see if it works.
no, this one looks cute though. I like this one.
Dragonlings. That's an odd word. A competitive, family-friendly card game. And the dragons here, just this picture, makes them look like they're on The Price is Right.
Yeah, this one looks indie.
Yeah, that's the way
That's a good way to put this one.
Yeah.
There's some card abilities. You're building stacks, so you've sort of put a card out. It has summoning sickness. No, wait, a different thing. I forget what she called it. I was watching the video. She's like, when it shows up for the first time, it has
Measles.
it's sleepy.
Oh, when it's upside down,
yeah.
it's what is that? I know when you turn
when
it
you turn the card sideways.
they're napping.
Is it growing pains?
Growing pains, yes.
I'm just reading what it says here.
Pains,
So
yeah.
the card, when you first put it out, has
Growing
growing
pains.
pains, and then
Yeah.
next turn you'll ready it, and then when if you want to activate an ability, you turn it sideways, which they call napping.
Yeah, you nap it. The card has to take a nap.
But it rhymes with tap.
What?
I'll unnap this.
Oh my goodness. It looks very okay.
It seems like one of those trading card games, 2-person battlers minus any interaction or battle.
I like that it's not a trading card game, though. I'll give
It's
them
not-
that.
yes,
I like
right,
that it's
right.
a self-contained product. Artwork is charming. I don't like it personally, but I think it's charming. I like that. I
think
like
my
that this
kids would like
feels.
it.
This feels a little handmade. I don't know how else to put it. Artisanal.
Yeah.
It feels like someone's unique vision for a small package, and they're offering that. I'm cool with that. It's just not speaking to me, and it looks a little derivative, but.
Solo mode?
Oh,
You
no, just
excited
reading.
about
Kabuko
that?
says, am I the only one
Oh.
who fights people who tap 45 degrees of magic? I always tap 45 degrees.
I don't like it, but he does it.
Oh, you go all the way?
90 degrees.
No, then you have to spread your cards out too much.
I agree.
I just go
45 is
just
obvious.
No,
If you
because
have it
45,
clean,
here's what
no.
it is. 45 sometimes becomes 40. Sometimes it's a sloppy 32 degrees. And then I can't tell if that card is tapped or
Yeah,
not.
you fight those people. You don't fight the ones
Fight the
that.
slobs.
Yeah.
Wait, never mind. Let's keep going.
Joey, you've seen how Joey plays.
Well, I don't play those.
Yeah,
with Joey.
sometimes it's 12 degrees the other direction, and he counts that as tapping.
Catharsis, second edition. I don't know that I've ever even heard of The first edition. Did this ever like come across our shelves?
I've seen this. It looks familiar to me.
It's called.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can't.
Wow, that was the rudest correction of all. Oh. I mean, I know it's called Catharsis too, and I didn't say anything. Anyway, Catharsis is
Team Chris.
a very overwrought Yahtzee game from the looks of it.
Maybe, I don't know. I could get nothing out of gameplay from this. This was like wall
I've
of
stopped
text,
caring
wall
when
of
Chris
text.
corrected me.
I mean,
Thank you.
no, I feel like it was just wall of text, and not
You are
gameplay. It's more
not
like,
kidding.
if you got the first one, here we are again. And I was like, oof, was not inviting on
Look at
multiple
this
levels.
stuff.
Where's the game?
Yeah.
I haven't got to the game yet.
I think this is the one I saw the video for.
There's $270 box.
Yes.
It was like a really complicated, very dark ink Yahtzee game.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think that's what
Are
it
they
is.
gonna ever get to the game?
Oh, I just don't.
Not
Look
really.
at the
That's
walls.
what I'm saying. It's just walls and
Walls of text.
And
PlayStation 1 game cover is right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling this.
Can I
Oof.
do a non-pick of the week?
yeah.
This is really annoying me. Where is?
Oh, there's the gameplay right there. You get to read it.
Oh,
Yeah. Like I
Set
said,
it up.
this was
Read set up.
Very.
now.
Yeah.
This very much looks like that earlier game we covered that has that generic feel.
Mm-hmm.
This one does too.
I don't like the art. I don't like anything about this game. Let's move on. All right. Tatsumi?
Nailed it. Yes.
Woo-hoo-wee.
I don't want to get yelled at again. This is from Adam Apple's Games. And so this game looks interesting, but it also feels very similar, and I can't remember the name of it. There was a game that Mark's company, who makes the Endeavor, that's a...
The Stones one. That's Stones game.
They made a game that looked just like this, actually.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Except it wasn't as nice looking as
You would
this.
put out stones instead of moving a singular piece.
Yeah, something
what you're
like that.
talking about?
It was a very abstract game. It was pretty, and I played it, and then it was just like the very okayest game I had played in a long time.
Sure. I will say, I think Adam's Apple Games makes interesting games. They're not always the best games, but they publish stuff that other companies aren't publishing right now. It's kind of different. You know what I mean?
They did Planet Unknown, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They did
I
that. They
love.
also did that one. That's kind of like their hit. And then they have a few other kind of weird ones. They did that one that I kind of enjoyed. I don't think you guys really did with the Sanguine little bluffing game.
I did not
I
like
probably
it.
did not like that.
It's the one that has like that old Middle Ages artwork.
I'm still not in, no.
I don't remember what it's called.
Middle age artwork and bluffing, I guarantee you I did not like it.
Yeah, it was neat. I thought it was just bizarre.
It definitely is that, and I mean I give them credit for doing it. I just was not as.
Yeah.
This is definitely an abstract game that they're trying to make look as non-abstract as possible. And
They're
these
doing a
things
good job of making it,
flying.
doing that. I think it looks interesting. You have to like abstracts to like this. I like the way that they're making this, I think, is commendable. The fact that it is not stacks out there,
Yeah.
but they are in wells.
That really threw me off because I didn't realize that until I watched a gameplay. The Brothers Murph do a gameplay, and I was watching that, and I was like, oh, is that the same board? And I went back and checked. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, they're making it really transparent in the images.
Of course,
which
right.
means, again, it's gonna be so susceptible to table bump and everything. So I love that they're going that route with it just to keep it organized.
You're right. I don't even see it in these.
Right.
It's there, but you don't see it.
Very,
So that's pretty cool. I like that.
Right, and I watched them play, and it comes out real smooth. They weren't struggling like with the wells being too deep.
How are
or
they getting
anything
at?
like
Is there
that.
holes, or are they using magnets? Say magnets.
No, you just stick your finger in it. But if you wear
You
a
still
magnet
get
on your
your
finger,
magnet.
that still will work.
Except not
Because they're
it's
not
plastic.
ferrous, so you won't push it away. I got to say the word ferrous,
He did.
so you know what I mean?
That was his word of the day.
I'm very impressed here.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, no, I thought this was interesting. I did like the fact that for an abstract, there's two things going on. There's the puzzle out here of getting the pieces, and then the puzzle of like filling out your board in a way that you score. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, a little bit more going on than your typical abstract, you know.
All right. This one cracks me up. The Practical Guide to Becoming a Great Player. And a lot of people bought this. Now, I want to ask you this. Of the number of people who are backing this, did it just end?
Oh, wow. Hey, congratulations.
Like, did it just right now, the second end?
Right now. What time? It's 2:40 on the dot. That's weird.
No, it might have ended at 2.
Oh, you just didn't refresh it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, all
Anyway,
right. Well, cool.
anyway, of the number of people who backed this, how many of those people you think bought this for someone in their group and
Right.
not them?
Or how many people bought this after watching the Enemies of Gaming, the ranking that we did?
Well, I don't know
You know,
about
like
that. That's
like
I
how
don't
many
wanna-
were like, "Arr."
I mean, I think
Is
this
that
is
right?
great. I mean, I mean, someone here is going to be getting one for Christmas.
What? Where? In this room? Me? Why?
No, I didn't say what.
You hate me. Oh.
No, you haven't corrected my pronunciation today.
thanks.
No, it's not for Chris either. Anyway, no, but
So it
oh
is
my
me.
word, that was just a joke.
Okay, let me see if I can
Hold
figure
on,
out
hold
the
on.
dog
Wait,
shit.
wait.
It's not Camilla. It's not Chris. But it is somebody in this room.
In this room in this office, he never clarified.
It's you.
Done.
Yes. This
Hey.
looks really good, man. I thought it was good. I watched a video of his intro at the beginning where he's talking about the kind of 3 major pillars that the book focuses on. I like that it is for any system. This is not a D&D thing. It's kind of like just role-playing advice.
Joking aside, I am going to back this.
Yeah,
I
looks
just want to
good.
read it.
Yeah.
And then I might accidentally leave it laying around the office.
And then I'll read it.
On someone specific's desk. You know.
I think it looks pretty good.
I think it's neat.
You can still back it, so they must have that late back thing. So we haven't made a mistake. We're good.
Ew.
You can still back it. All right, that's our games, sort of. Let's take a look at non-games. Yes, hot sauce. Grandma's hot sauce for the people. And you know how hot sauce is some hot sauce is hoity-toity? I don't know.
Yeah.
Hot sauce is definitely like a...
Oh, yes. There's 2. I mean, actually, it only falls into 2 categories. It's like, woo, burn your butt off. Or
Then you're gonna say
the hoity-toity hot sauce. There is nothing else.
No, there's the little one that sits on every table here in Homestead.
Cholula.
That one's the hoity-toity one, I think.
That's not hoity-toity.
No, that's
What
like
are you talking
diner hot
about?
sauce.
What
like-
hoity-toity sauce are we talking
I
about?
don't know. I don't think there is one. Anyway,
This one falls into the aw category.
Yeah.
I might back
Until
it.
you eat it, and then you go,
I thought you already had
"Aw."
backed it.
I love the story behind this. I don't know if it's, I don't know how much of that is just them pulling at the heartstrings or whatever,
Yeah,
because
it
they
felt
already make this stuff.
It felt super cheesy to me.
It
the
felt a
story. I was
little-
like,
yeah.
Okay.
A little manipulative, emotionally manipulative. But
Well, one of those more like a selling point, like
they're like, oh, we lost the recipe. We lost her.
right, like you have
And
to
then
have
we
a sad
rediscovered
story.
it. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I might not back it just because it doesn't look like it's going to fun, unfortunately.
I know. I'm kind of
Yeah.
sad about that. This seems like a nice
what's-
project.
What's the harm in backing it if it doesn't fund?
He doesn't have a perfect record.
No, I don't care about
Oh,
that. It's just a lot of extra clicks.
It's like 2 extra clicks.
Okay. Do you
want me to help you?
Calm down.
No. Stop trying to touch the
I
keyboard.
like to hit buttons.
How
All right.
about this? The
Now, this one, I know this
Cycloid.
one ended, but I thought it was cool to look at.
That's neat.
Spirograph. Sorry. Spirograph was one of my favorite things when I was a kid. And even now, I occasionally will, every 3 or 4 years, will buy one for my kids and be like, let me help you. Look,
yeah.
isn't that cool? And there's just so many bad sets out there that
There
don't
are.
hold the paper properly.
This was such a cool car ride toy for my son when he was growing up. I would take a spirograph and he
Seems
would
like
do
the
it in the
worst
car.
place to do it. Because doesn't the car move?
Well, yes, you're driving. But he never had a problem with it. I don't know. He just sat in the back and did it.
It's a good way to get your kid to have a gyro sense of balance. You're like, look,
I
it's
guess,
perfect.
yeah.
Training
But no, he
him for
really-
pilot training.
He really liked it, and it was really good for like fine motor skills as well. Because you get the funky shapes in there that are
Yeah.
like the football shape, which you have to make sure. You're
Isn't it
controlling
annoying
the
when you get
motion.
to the end and your pen just is slightly off the beginning?
Oh, that's so frustrating.
Anyway, this doesn't do that. This will just do it
Yeah,
for
there
you.
you go. It was really loud.
This looks cool. I like the look of this. Like, I went through a bunch of the things he'd done. I was like, those are sweet.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't
look
look at this
good,
other
yeah.
stuff. Did you like this?
Bliz,
This is so bizarre.
the new way to stay
All
hydrated.
these guys managed to make a video where they're like, water is not that good for you.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Water is so 2023. What you need is some Bliz. That's the new way to stay hydrated. Inhale water vapor, but it's
Yeah.
scented.
Right.
Boom. I don't get this at all.
Yep.
Is this
Definitely
really?
looks
I
like-
mean, the moisture, intaking moisture. I suppose. Yeah,
It
sure.
looks like somebody who used to vape and didn't want to just throw them away, so they repurposed.
I gotta say, whenever
I know. I know.
whenever you see a block like this means that company hired a promotion company, and all they have to do is put it in a classified ad or do anything to say that it doesn't have to actually be featured on all these things. Because if it was
Got it.
featured on all these things, they would not be getting only 120 bags.
Okay, I was
see.
worried. Well, I was
That's
wondering about that because I was like,
interesting.
"What? There's no way. There's no
That's
way."
how they do it.
Yeah.
You just put it in a classified ad.
But here's the thing: this block doesn't even say it's in those.
That's true.
It
too,
just
yeah.
shows their pictures.
Ha.
Also, daily hydration is truly essential. Then it shows a bunch of people drinking water.
Drinking water, not
Is
sniffing
drinking
it.
water enough to say hydrate it?
Yes.
That's how it works.
I know the answer to this one. I got it.
Ah.
The only way I
my
could see this is if
goodness.
it was like a little humidifier or something, like with menthol for when you're sick, like a sore
Sure,
throat or
but
something
that's not
like that.
the way
It's
they're
like, but then
presenting
sell
it.
me as that. Yeah,
Sell
right.
that product.
Yes, sell
that
me
product
that.
might sell.
A little portable humidifier.
Instead
know?
of doing the whole you have to be at home, towel over your head, over the basin, or like the whole big face mask. Hey,
Right.
look at that. If you're
Like,
feeling
get that.
sick, menthol. That might fun.
Something like that.
This is like, hey, we took water, reduced it by 98%, and vaporized it. Drink up.
Yeah.
Like, if you're really thirsty, can you imagine, like, it's not working?
This ain't
Like,
doing it.
or I could see myself walking around when we go to World Series of Board Gaming or Dice Tower West. I could see myself walking around with this because like my
That's
nose
another way
gets
to-
so
yes.
dry. I'm just like salioning all the time out
That's
there.
but you have the
Sell me
saline,
that.
you know what I mean?
Sell me that.
All right.
Yeah.
Mike Ellis says, drinking water is so boring.
All right. This
Now
is the
this.
ultimate handheld printer for large-scale printing. This one's doing well. It's backed.
Mm-hmm.
It's 100,000. Has this little printer thing, and if it wasn't technology, I'd back it. If this is sold on Amazon later on, which it might be, I might
What-
buy one of these just to toy with.
What kind of ink can print on all these surfaces though?
It might have to be different ink. You know
That's
what
what
I
I
mean?
mean. And stay-
I saw a couple of videos, and at no point do you see this thing printing.
Okay, right, because it's like already there, right?
I think so.
That's okay.
Every time, at no point do they start an image that I see not there, and then they move off and it's there. It's always like behind the item already,
interesting.
like behind the block already, or they'll start on one, but you don't see it come out the other side, and they cut to it finished.
Interesting.
They need to show
Okay.
this thing printing, because I'm seeing a whole lot of
Well, do they
various
show
I thought they
Did
speeds.
they
did.
show it here? Well, there's someone doing
No.
it.
No,
Tom,
no,
that's-
because it's covering the image before.
Okay, that one did it.
That one maybe, and that too. I want to know, how does it line it up? I know you have that little ruler thing, but it doesn't look like it's smart.
I want them
Yeah,
to
I
not.
don't
They
know.
need to show it legit
Also,
printing.
does this stuff not come off?
Right. That's again. What
Because
kind
if
of
it
ink
is
is it?
permanent ink, this would be the most deadly toy for a child to get.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
They'd be
You
like, look,
can't
Mom,
get
what my
a
arm says.
You
and you're
can't
like,
get a tattoo
no.
until
Yeah,
you're
it's not a
18.
Okay, it's not gonna be like tattoo,
I have one now.
but I mean, like, yeah,
This is
I
Hell's
don't know.
Angels.
All right.
I
This
don't
is
know.
cool,
This
like on
looks
paper. If you
fake.
could do, like they're showing QR codes. If you could like put your address on something like that, that
This
single
might already
swipe.
exist.
But I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. All right. This is a toilet
Okay.
beyond all toilets.
This is like the
you've
fifth
never
toilet
ever
or
got
bidet.
a toilet this good.
Are you dropping hints to your wife at like Christmas presents? This is like the fourth bidet we've
Hey,
covered.
what's up with the bidet coverage?
That's actually true. She's not in this, so she doesn't know. I don't know. This is what people send me.
You want us to forward this to her? What are you saying?
Right. I'm trying to figure out.
Also, this is the most rock and roll bidet,
Wow.
bidet I've ever
that's
seen.
that's why I put it on the list,
They
because it
walk
was so.
in.
This is straight out of the rave.
It's very like, "Ah," and then the lights on the bidet come on. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's how you go to the bathroom. You know?
Well,
That's how
covers
you
up the
clean
noise.
after
you
the
just hear the
bathroom.
sound. You hear rock and roll. You're like, well, I know what Joe's doing. Like, that song has gone on for a really long time.
That's pretty good.
It would actually ruin you if it was music too. Because you'd be like somewhere and you hear music in the store, you're like, I gotta go now.
Yeah.
It trains you like
Gosh, like
Pavlov's dog. Yeah.
Little bell.
At least this isn't a gross one.
Man.
I agree. At least they're not, being
that's
awful
better.
about it.
That's better.
All
I
right,
guess,
let's move on then.
All right.
Paw-Skins. Would you wear these, Camilla?
I'm not a dog.
Did you just call her a dog?
That was so offensive.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
There's no way back out of this one.
No, there's
Wow.
not.
Also, it's pronounced Paw-Skins. I will give him this. None of the dogs were like
Would you
trying
put
to
these
like.
on your dog's paws?
No, but I'd wear them.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man! In the video, none of the dogs were like.
Oh, you have to train your dog for that. I mean, they get over that eventually.
They do?
Every dog, the first time you put it on, is going to be like, and do their little dance. That's
Oh,
what it
yeah,
sounds
like the cone on their head thing.
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah, exactly.
Which is
they
the
end up
only
getting
thing
used to
you
'em.
should be putting on a dog.
These,
I'm with Jay Leno on dressing up dogs.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, no,
You mean
I'm not a
don't do
fan.
it, right? Yeah, no.
Yeah,
no.
it's the dog. No dog sits there and goes, please. They jump out at you, please put my coat on.
Oh,
No,
right.
no.
Yeah, no. No, I mean, I think there are situations that that warrant having these on your dogs. I know, like if the sidewalk gets really, really hot in the summer, and so I used
That
to
I
have
could
used
see.
to have stuff on my dog's paws if we were going for a longer walk to not burn.
Sure.
Or if they haven't been in a run in a while, I'll put this on to protect their paws, so they don't chafe and bleed. Things like that. So I think, but still, again, stuff like this is already on the market. I didn't see anything that set this set it aside or set it a step above.
There's couple they love each other.
Oh, okay.
So you're back. You're helping them.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know why that one over any of the others.
So I've been seeing a lot of ads for very similar products to this nap hat.
Really?
Yeah, I
I've
don't
not
know.
seen any.
Maybe
Your
Did it
algorithm's
strap to the
all
back of
sorts
your
of
seat?
weird.
yes.
What?
So they keep showing this, especially in airplanes, right? Like strap it to the back of the seat and behind that pillow thing and put it on and everything. And I keep thinking, I bet that works well, except I know what it's like when you get on the airplane. And if the guy in the seat next to me is spending 5 minutes strapping that on, it's so annoying to everyone around him. He's be moving, turned around
But
in
then
the
once
seat.
he's asleep, he doesn't move for like 4 hours. That's fantastic. 5 minutes for 4 hours? It's a good payoff.
My fear is more that I'll do this. I'll put on the hat, cover my eyes, strap on, and then like 3 hours later, I'll wake up and forget I'm strapped.
Completely. That's me.
It'll
I
be
will
like
freak
100% panic attack.
out.
Right? I'll be like,
absolutely.
I can't move. You know what I mean? Be like, oh, right, the hat.
Next thing you'll be like, do you know where you are, Mr. Garcia?
My goodness.
You know
Light
what you've
comes
done?
on in my eyes. Ah! This looks goofy. This
Yeah.
looks real goofy.
Yeah, no. I also, at no point in this do they show them just wearing it as a hat. It already has a little thing down and they just strap in.
I think the
This is
hats that
weird.
on the plane, you don't
Lose
maybe
it?
that it just looks a little, maybe it feels more comfortable,
Yeah.
holds it on the front and back. I would try one of these. This is definitely a problem that does not have a good solution yet. Sleeping
Agreed.
on planes is
Agreed.
there's these dumb pillows that you can shove on that tray in front of you.
Well, the solution is spend 4 times the amount of your ticket and get
That's an
business or first
expensive
class.
solution,
right, like
though.
there is a solution, but not one that I've ever taken.
No, I know. I don't think this is it. The strapping yourself to the back
Yeah,
seems
no.
not comfortable.
Right.
Forcing yourself to kind of, at least with a neck pillow, you'll kind of collapse and it holds you up. But you are relaxed. This is sort of like grabbing a handful of hair and keeping you there while you fall asleep. I don't know.
Or like, are you just going to slowly shrink and then it just like
I would have
fall
to try
off,
it to
you
see.
know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyhow, that's the projects for the week. Now, listen, folks. Before we go to week in review,
Pick of the week.
pick of the week. Sorry, not week in review. Pick of the week. Next week, Mike Delicio's in studio.
Oh!
With
True.
us. Yeah. So I need the dumbest projects you can find. Send them to me at tom@dicetower.com.
Yes.
Yes. Let's torture Mike.
I want to torture Mike for
I
your
like it.
pleasure. That sounds bad. Let's go to picks of the week.
Hey there everybody, it's Mike Delicio, and for my pick of the week, I'm going with Revenant from Mind Clash Games. Revenant is actually going to be the very first game that we play live on the Winter Spectacular, which starts next week, Monday. So be sure to tune in for this game and for all of the other great content we have lined up for you. Revenant is a Mind Clash game set in the same universe as Voidfall, although if you've never played Voidfall, it doesn't really matter because I've never played Voidfall, but I've had a chance to play an early version of this game several times in order to get prepared for teaching the game live on Monday. It has some really cool ideas going on. Doesn't seem quite as heavy as some of the other Mind Clash games I've played, but I won't get too much into it. You'll be able to see as much as you want to on Monday if you get a chance to check it out while we're playing it live. All right, well, that's going to do it for me this week. Let's see what everyone else down in Florida has to say.
All right. Am I first?
Go ahead.
I'm picking the Mech Bunny thing.
Oh, that's a good pick. It's
What
cute.
is it called?
Wow, that's not the one I thought
Mecha
you'd
Bunny.
pick.
Mech Bunny, right?
Mech Bunny.
Yeah, Mech Bunny is my pick this week. There's a few
cute.
neat-looking things out there. This is the one that is intriguing me the most. It looks really neat, and it's hard for me. I feel like it's a little harder to come out with a solo game that feels and kind of does something I haven't seen before in a small package, no less.
Yeah.
This one feels, I don't know, distinct. I want to check this out. I really want to try it. So, yeah, that's my pick. Mech Bunny.
Very good. I'm going with Avalon. I really enjoyed our play. I feel like I was really late on the Blood Rage, I guess. By the time I played Blood Rage, it was... Ooh, okay. By the time I played it, everyone already had all the cards memorized and like new strategies based on those cards, and I was super lost every time I played. And so I don't have that comparison. I just really enjoyed this. I don't love area control, so it surprised me how much I enjoyed the mechanisms of this. The little bit of push your luck, the little bit of building up your heroes, area control. I did enjoy the revealing of the tiles, kind of searching for that holy grail because it is really powerful, and so you are searching for that. I liked the movement restrictions of not being able to move out of an area until it's revealed, so it's kind of forcing you to reveal the map as you go, not just run for the center. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I'm definitely excited to play more of it once it comes out.
I'm just glad it's not a campaign, honestly.
Yeah. And having that asymmetry in it, I'm excited having played that base game. I'm really excited to check out the asymmetry. But I like that it has the base one in there as well, so that if you're playing with people who haven't played, they're not completely lost or just overrun, like happened to me in Blood Rage. But it's fine. I'm not salty.
This is a surprising game as a sophomore effort from the company and the designers that did Oathsworn.
Right.
This is not what I would have expected. A Blood Rage type game.
Right.
Not a campaign, not scenarios, not in the same setting. How do you honestly, I applaud their restraint to not be like, boom, another game in the same setting, because the setting's awesome.
Or more Oathsworn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if they put that to rest permanently or whatever, but I think kudos for your second game, designing a second game.
Yeah.
I think that's really admirable. So, yeah, I'm really excited about this one. This is Avalon.
All right. My
got?
pick of the week is going to be this one, actually. The very first one
That
we looked
looks
at.
really
Storyfold
good.
Wilds.
Okay.
Because, again, I'm a big fan of a solo game that is a story. I mean, the fact that I haven't played Final Girl yet is just kind of nonsensical.
It is.
What are you
yeah.
doing? You love murdering.
I'm pretty embarrassed of you.
I don't love the theme, actually.
You hate murdering.
No, I'm okay with murdering. I don't like getting murdered.
Well, then be better. I don't know.
Anyway, I like this. Like I said, I love this company's production values. I think that they are good at, like, they're going to listen. That they feel like they work really hard in their games.
Yes.
And they reach for the stars, and one of these days it's going to hit, like, on all cylinders. This could be that one, right?
You're mixing too many metaphors for me. You're reaching for the stars, and it's going to
With your
hit
car
out of the park on all cylinders?
Yeah, you're right.
No.
Sorry.
No.
I just came back from metaphors and more.
Yeah.
That's
No, I agree
fantastic.
with you. This is one of the better looking projects this week for sure.
All right. Well, that is it, folks. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon. No Smorgasbord tomorrow because we're saving the news for the following week. But we'll be back tomorrow where we will watch you, or you will watch us watch you, vote on the best board game covers of 2024.
That's exciting. A lot of good looking stuff this
so-
year.
There is a
many
lot
good
of good
ones.
covers out there. I'm
There are.
curious which will come on top. I have a suspicion, but we'll see. 32 covers, only one will win. So we'll see you tomorrow at 2. Until then, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
And I'm Camilla.
And, I'm going to go to class on communicating better.
Pronunciation class. Hey folks, thanks for joining us for that video. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, make sure you check out what's happening, where I'll cover an app on an iOS or a Switch device, and you can check it out along with me. Thanks very much. You've been watching The Dice Tower.